What up, folks? Welcome back to VTV and the first edition of the CPFL SportsCenter, the only league that has its own sports center. Every week we will have the game of the week, which will be filled with a new pregame show that I'm preparing for, a halftime show, and a postgame show wrap-up featuring our new sports center from Versus Television Studios. So let's get started. Let's begin by talking about the top 3 schools in the Pac12 Conference. So far, it's looking like Oregon is number 1. They are first in offense in the conference, having elite wide receivers, 2 versatile running backs, a quarterback with full potential, and a defense that is in the top 5. The Ducks also have the most creative players, which allows for them to make many improvements and their players to get better over time. Coming in at number 2, we have the Florida Gators. So far, it's looking like they have the best quarterback and wide receiver duo, not just in the conference, but in the country. Both quarterback and wide receiver are creative players, quarterback by Desmond and wide receiver Colt Bosky. Both are looking to make a huge impact within the NCAA. And at number 3, I have Ohio State. Having Braxton Miller at the quarterback position, although they lost their second game of the season, Braxton Miller is a stud. However, their run defense needs a little bit of work, which is why I have them at number 3. Here at SportsCenter, we have the opportunity firsthand to interview CPFL players. And in a recent interview, running back Wayman James from TCU said, and I quote, "Sometimes playing for TCU, the players and sometimes the entire team often falls underneath the radar, which sometimes gives us an advantage to sneak a win against our opponent because they never see us coming." End quote. It was that type of attitude within the players of TCU that helped motivate the team get their first win of the season. Let's check the Pac12 Conference standings. Coming in at number 1, we have Stanford, Maryland at number 2, and number 3, the Florida Gators. Although it's early in the season, there is plenty of opportunity for any of these teams to emerge as the conference champion. Here's the upcoming Week 3 schedule. Out of these 8 games, we will have a game of the week, and the remaining teams will be shown through highlights, updates, and during SportsCenter during the post-game show. And finally, let's check out the league information. We will air this every episode, every week, just so that this information is available to new subscribers and newcomers. As you can see, there will be information in each video description on how to join the league and get your creative player on the field. Second, there will be a game of the week, as I mentioned, followed by highlights and updates. And on the 3rd and 4th point, create your own story. If you have a creative player in the league, just like the running back from TCU, Wayman Jones, conducted his interview, every player within the league has the opportunity to conduct an interview and speak out on SportsCenter every week. It doesn't matter what position you play, doesn't matter how long you've been in the league. Just send me a personal message with the name of your player and what you want him to say to the fans, to teammates, to coaches, to players. Whatever you want him to say during his interview, he will say. Again, you can create your own story with your own player and sit back and enjoy. Sit back and enjoy the story. Sit back and enjoy the art of storytelling. That's what it's all about, is that we have the ability to create our own story as we see fit. So that's going to wrap up our first edition of SportsCenter. Be sure to check out the game of the week, and I'll see you guys then. Thanks for watching.